Welcome back to another episode of the Micro Robots. We'll be starting a new sort of season here on the Micro Robots. It's going to be called the programming or like the helpful programming tips season. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the medium motor. So we're going to start off from the first and we're going to go to the end. I don't have any blocks currently, but we will learn. I will learn along with you. So we'll answer any questions. So we'll start off with medium motor, and then we'll go to large motor, then we'll go to move steering, then move tank, and then display, and then to like these blocks, sensor blocks, these data blocks, and then these advanced blocks and my blocks. So we're gonna start off with medium motor today. It's the first one on our list, and let me tell you some quick information about the medium motor. The EV3 Medium Motor servo is great for low load, higher speed applications. So that means if you have something that's not that heavy, you can place it on the motor and it will give a high speed on that minimal weight object. The motor uses tacho feedback for precise control within 1 degree of accuracy, and it has a built-in rotation sensor. So what that means is that it's very accurate, and it's plus or minus 1 degree, and it has a built-in rotation sensor, so it can figure out how many degrees it has turned. And some numbers for you and some degree turning facts. It can rotate at 240 to 250 rotations per minute, which is a lot. So it's pretty fast. It's a lot for Lego EV3. Its running torque is at 8 newtons per centimeter, and its small torque is at 12 newtons per centimeter. So those are some pretty basic facts about this, and now we're going to go to the programming section. So in the programming, we have, let's start off. This is the medium motor picture, this is the port, so pretty basic things. In the port, you can choose all these different things, including that, where it gets to like basically choose the port. So A, B, C, D, and then this one. What's it called? I don't know what it's called. So we'll just skip that for right now. And there's a couple different settings. You have off, on for seconds, on for degrees, and on for rotations. So usually the ones that I use the most are probably going to be on for degrees, or maybe on and on for seconds. Depends on what I'm doing currently. So let's start off with on or off. So what off does, it's pretty simple. It just turns off the medium motor if it's already on. And you have two settings here. It's brake and then coast. So what brake does is when this counters this block, it just immediately stops, like nothing else, just stops. And then what coast does is it just sort of slows down. It turns off and then it starts rotating slower and slower, and then it stops. So this is like a logic input. So you can attach any logic block that you have into here, and if it's true or false, it will decide on this. So now let's go to on. On is pretty simple. All you have is the power, and you can change the power like this. So it's 0 power, that means it's basically off. So this is the same thing as this. And let's go back to this. So the default is 75 power, and you can change it to 100, which is the maximum, or negative 100, which is the minimum. If it's negative 100 or 100, it's basically the same thing, except negative 100 is in the opposite direction and 100 is in the same direction. So this is basically it for the power section. And on for seconds. So you have, it's pretty simple. You have this power tab, which I just explained. Let's just change it to 100 or 75, which is the default. And then you have on for seconds. So you can just change it for how many seconds it is. Like, you can change it. It's pretty simple. You can change it for you can change how many seconds there are. And then you have brake and coast. So this is basically after these seconds it stops. So it's pretty simple. On for degrees is literally the same thing, except it has degrees. So you can change how many degrees it turns. So 90 would be 90 clockwise, and negative 90 would be 90 counterclockwise. So now you have, that's it for on for degrees, and now you have on for rotation. So all it does is that in one rotation, it just takes it will just turn for one rotation or two rotations. And now It might take more time depending on the power. If my power is 10, it'll take a lot longer to make one rotation than if my power is 100. So it's pretty simple. And then you have coast and brake, like I explained earlier. So I think that's it for the medium motor. So we just took about 5 minutes. I think every episode will be around 5 to 6 minutes, maybe at most 7 minutes, depending on the how advanced each block is. Like maybe for advanced block or data operations blocks, it'll take longer. So yeah, on the next episode, I think I'll be covering large motor, move steering, and move tank. So that might take longer. So that's it. Thank you for listening. Please remember to like and subscribe. And thank you.